Reputation's Taylor version is definitely coming out soon, and I just want to talk about how Taylor Swift was vindicated in literally everything that she fought for back then. Because, first of all, these two aren't even together anymore. They're divorced, and she's the one who made the entire spectacle about Taylor somehow lying for not wanting a lyric to be written saying that I made this be famous. Like, now he's even become sexist towards Kim and like says horrible things about her. They're not even together anymore. But she did all of that behind someone who she thought was going to be with forever. Like, I literally remember this like it was yesterday, even though it was like 7 years ago. But the fact that this became like such a huge spectacle, and then Kim leaked the videos or whatever of Taylor, which now we know it wasn't the full video and that they were lying the entire time, just crafting a narrative for the show. I just think about that time a lot because Taylor, really, this photo, if somebody embarrasses me like that in 2009, I will never take a photo like this. I do not care. I forgive people, but I do not forget. And I think this is something she learned in the long run because we never really see her like as open or as public and outside of her, like well-established industry friends that we know of. Even going back to this moment, like this guy ended up being one of the worst people ever. His legacy is forever safe. There are things that Kanye does now that we will never forget. Meanwhile, this girl at the time, now beautiful woman, has become the biggest pop star in the world. Like, you can't deny how much success that she's seen in the last 5 years. And I think it just goes to show that people might believe they're correct in the moment, but as things age and things progress, if you keep at it, people will see that they were wrong the entire time. Let's really talk about it. Taylor Swift is now the biggest star ever. There was a time where she had to disappear from the world because the entire world hated her. The entire world had lied. Like she says in the Reputation album, the entire world lied about who she is, lied about what she stood for, said that she loved playing the victim. There's so many things that really go into this that I could really make another video about. But the fact that she stood her ground and believed her truth, and now everything has really come out and it's shown that Kanye is actually a horrible person and that Kim and Kanye are no longer together. Like, there's such a thing as karma. I really think that's what happened here. Because not only has she been able to get her vindication, she's also reinvented herself. The Folklore album is arguably, to me, one of her best albums. I Love Speak Now, though. But she has ultimately rewritten her narrative. She is taken way more seriously than she was back then as a songwriter. She is now the biggest pop star in the world. She is able to do things that at a time it seemed like she wasn't going to have more success. And I remember in the documentary on Netflix, it's still on Netflix, I believe, she said because she is like approaching her 30s, she didn't believe that she was going to continue to have success as a pop star. Now, there's not a time where I don't think she won't have success. And she's in her, mid-30s now? That is, I don't want to say unheard of because pop stars before her have done it, but the fact that she's able to continue to still exist as the biggest star and still be able to have such success in her 40s, I think that it really extends to being beyond ageism and really extending the lifeline for pop stars beyond her. I mean, Beyonce is also 40 years old and she occupies this conversation in her 40s and is able to still shake the world up. I think this is something that attributes to Taylor as well. And this is all while, I'm not going to say I wish horrible on them, but I wonder if Kim even slightly regrets this, knowing how she is in a situation now where they have children together, but they are not even together. And she did all of this. Like, Kim Kardashian tried to end Taylor and tried to really like bring it such that Taylor wouldn't have a career anymore. And they stunted, but now it's aged horribly. And Taylor recently even got her lick back on Thank You, Amy. Like, in the album, it has K-I-M, so it's for Kim. And she basically stunts on her haters. And I have to give it to her because if you tried to end my career the way they tried to end her in 2016, and then I come back stronger than ever, and I can't sell under 1 million copies the first week every time I release something, and people are obsessed with it, like, I would stunt every day on you too. And I guess I just want to end this by saying Reputation, not only as an album, but as a concept, really stood the test of time. Like, when we go back as pop culture experts and when we really look at the 2010s, Reputation should really be looked at as an era that it is more than just an album. It is a part of her career now overall. It's something that I think we really, yeah, we really can look at and be like, wow, she really came back from the pits and she survived the hate train. Because I didn't think, yeah, Taylor really never had a hate train before this, I think. I think she got to a point where she was overexposed because the 1989 era was like, everybody knew what 1989 was. Like, she was the biggest thing ever back then. But this really, like, her being able to survive this probably gave her the confidence that I can get through anything because I got through this worst and the most hated point of my career. And I also think this coincides with Reputation Taylor's version, which is what I was talking about originally, because now she's kind of overexposed again. She's in a huge couple with publicity everywhere. Like, she has an album release every 2 months. Hasn't had one in a long time, but she's been releasing. She's overexposed again. And I think this is the perfect time to release Reputation Taylor's version right before she starts her next film. So ultimately, I think all of this comes full circle. Let me know what you guys think if Taylor was officially vindicated for the Reputation era, if you're going to be listening to Reputation Taylor's version, and I will see you guys in my next nerdy pop culture updates video. Peace. And follow me to become a lucky charm. Bye.